Here, in the vast expanse of Los Angeles, a unique ecosystem has taken root. It's a landscape defined not by ancient forests, but by ribbons of concrete and steel. The freeways stretch for miles, great rivers of traffic that flow day and night. Below them, in the cavernous spaces of underpasses, a different kind of life finds shelter. The sun bakes the pavement, creating a shimmering heat that rises from the asphalt. This is a wilderness forged by human hands, and within it, a struggle for survival unfolds in plain sight, yet is often unseen by the millions who speed past. The scale of this city is immense. From the dusty hills that border the San Fernando Valley to the shores of the Pacific, the urban sprawl seems endless. In the quiet hours just before dawn, when the city holds its breath, the true nature of this environment is revealed. Empty streets wind through sleeping neighborhoods, their silence broken only by the distant hum of machinery or a lone car passing in the night. It is in these moments of stillness that the shadowed corners of the city come into focus, revealing the hidden lives that persist in the margins of this concrete world. Look closely at the edges of this metropolis. The Los Angeles River, a channel encased in concrete, carries a shallow stream of water toward the sea. Along its banks, small pockets of green struggle to grow, clinging to life amidst the urban decay. Here, egrets and herons can sometimes be seen, their graceful forms a stark contrast to the graffiti-covered walls that surround them. They hunt for small fish in the murky water, their ancient instincts playing out in a man-made canyon. This juxtaposition of nature and industry is a hallmark of the city, a constant reminder of the resilience of life. This is a habitat of extremes. The relentless sun of a summer afternoon gives way to the surprising chill of a desert night. A sudden rainstorm can turn a dry riverbed into a rushing torrent, washing away the fragile shelters built along its edges. For the inhabitants of these shadowed streets, every day is a test of endurance. They must navigate a world of constant change and uncertainty, where the line between safety and danger is thin. Their survival depends on their ability to adapt, to find resources where few exist, and to endure the harsh realities of this urban wilderness. Within this sprawling landscape, another kind of ecosystem has formed. Thousands of people now live without permanent shelter, their presence a quiet but powerful testament to a crisis deepening with each passing day. Encampments rise like small villages along sidewalks, beneath overpasses, and in the forgotten lots between buildings. Tents of blue, gray, and green plastic stand in rows, their thin walls offering the only barrier against the elements. The wind moves through them, a low whisper that rustles the tarps and carries the scent of dust and damp earth through the air. There is a rhythm to life here, a slow and deliberate pace born of necessity. The morning begins not with an alarm clock, but with the first light of the sun spilling over the horizon. People emerge from their tents, their movements careful and measured. They gather their few belongings, their faces etched with the fatigue of a night spent on high alert. There is a strange stillness in these encampments, a sense of suspended time. The world rushes by on the freeways above, but down here, life moves at the speed of survival, each action focused on getting through another day. The sounds of the city provide a constant backdrop to this quiet struggle. The relentless drone of traffic is a permanent feature of the soundscape, a low hum that never truly fades. But closer, one can hear the soft murmur of voices, the gentle clatter of a cooking pot, or the mournful cry of a stray cat weaving its way through the maze of tents. These are the sounds of a community, however fragile and transient. They are the sounds of people trying to hold on to a shred of normalcy in a world that has pushed them to the very edge. Despair is a constant companion in these shadowed places. It hangs in the air like the city smog, thick and suffocating. Yet, even here, there are moments of connection. A shared cigarette, a quiet conversation, a helping hand offered to a neighbor. These small acts of kindness are glimmers of light in the overwhelming darkness. They are evidence of a powerful human instinct to form bonds, to seek comfort in the company of others, even when hope seems a distant memory. The battle between isolation and community is fought every single day on these streets. A new and powerful force is shaping this landscape of survival. It is a chemical tide, silent and invisible, that is washing over the city's most vulnerable populations. This storm is known by many names, but its most common are fentanyl and a highly potent form of methamphetamine, sometimes called super meth. These substances are not merely drugs, they are agents of profound change, altering the very nature of the crisis on the streets. They offer a fleeting escape from the harsh reality of life without a home, but their price is devastatingly high. The impact of this chemical tide is visible in the slow, deliberate movements of those caught in its grip. A person stands motionless on a street corner, their body bent in a posture of deep introspection, lost in a world only they can see. This is the haunting stillness brought on by fentanyl, a synthetic opioid so powerful that a few grains can be lethal. It creates a state of near paralysis, a waking dream from which it is difficult to return. The drug has become a dominant feature of life on the streets, its presence felt in the hushed tones of those who speak of it and the tragic frequency of overdoses. Simultaneously, super meth fuels a different kind of storm. This version of the drug is incredibly pure, manufactured with a ruthless efficiency that makes it both cheap and widely available. It pushes the human mind and body to their absolute limits, inducing long periods of wakefulness, paranoia, and unpredictable behavior. Its use can lead to a rapid decline in physical and mental health, leaving individuals disconnected from reality and unable to care for themselves. The combination of this potent stimulant with the sedative effects of fentanyl creates a brutal cycle of highs and lows. This dual crisis of addiction has made the already difficult challenge of survival nearly impossible for many. The need to obtain and use these drugs becomes the central focus of each day, eclipsing the need for food, water, or shelter. It isolates individuals, eroding the fragile bonds of community that once offered a measure of support. The quiet desperation of homelessness has been amplified, transformed into a more visible and volatile struggle. The chemical storm is not just a part of the crisis, it is now the storm itself, and its winds are growing stronger. The drugs that flood the streets of Los Angeles do not appear from nowhere. They are the final products of a vast and sophisticated global network, a dark supply chain that begins thousands of miles away. This invisible war is orchestrated by powerful organizations, most notably Mexico's Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generación, or CJNG. This cartel operates with the precision of a multinational corporation, its business model built on the mass production of synthetic drugs. Their reach is long, stretching across borders and deep into the heart of American cities. The raw materials, known as precursor chemicals, are often shipped from Asia to clandestine laboratories hidden in the mountains of Mexico. Here, they are transformed into fentanyl and methamphetamine on an industrial scale. The process is ruthlessly efficient, designed to maximize profit and minimize cost. The final products are then smuggled northward, moving through a complex web of trafficking routes that have been perfected over decades. Los Angeles, with its massive population and proximity to the border, serves as a primary distribution hub for the rest of the United States. Once the drugs arrive in the city, they enter a new phase of their journey. They are distributed through local networks, eventually finding their way to the streets of places like Skid Row. Here, the end of the supply chain becomes brutally visible. The profits generated from sales in these communities flow back to Mexico, funding the cartel's violent operations and fueling its expansion. The human tragedy unfolding in Los Angeles becomes a critical source of revenue for one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world, creating a devastating cycle of addiction and violence. This invisible war has turned the city's most desperate neighborhoods into a battleground. The fight is not waged with armies, but with powder and pills. The casualties are the individuals trapped in the grip of addiction, their lives consumed by the substances supplied by the cartels. The struggle to combat this influx is immense, as law enforcement agencies work to disrupt a supply chain that is both resilient and adaptable. For every shipment seized, another finds its way through, ensuring that the chemical tide continues to rise on the shadowed streets of the city. For years, this vast criminal empire was ruled by one man, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho. He was the architect of the CJNG's rise to power, a leader whose ambition and brutality were legendary. Unlike other cartel figures who sought fame, El Mencho operated from the shadows, building his organization with a quiet and disciplined ruthlessness. It was under his leadership that the cartel perfected the mass production of synthetic drugs, shifting the focus from plant-based narcotics to the far more profitable fentanyl and meth. His vision transformed the global drug trade. El Mencho's strategy was simple and devastatingly effective. He recognized that the insatiable demand for opioids in the United States could be exploited with a cheaper, more potent, synthetic alternative. He flooded the market with fentanyl, often disguised as other prescription pills, leading to an explosion of accidental overdoses. His organization's expansion into methamphetamine production was equally methodical, creating a product of such high purity that it hooked users faster and more intensely than ever before. His shadow fell heavily over cities like Los Angeles, where the consequences of his business decisions played out in human lives. The hunt for El Mencho was one of the most intense in modern history. He was a ghost, constantly moving, protected by a network of loyalists and a reputation for extreme violence against traitors. When he was finally tracked down and killed by authorities, the event did not bring peace. Instead, it unleashed a wave of retaliatory violence across Mexico, as the cartel demonstrated its power in a series of coordinated attacks against government forces. The death of the king did not cause the empire to crumble. It only proved how deeply entrenched its power had become. Though El Mencho is gone, his legacy endures. The trafficking networks he built remain fully operational, continuing to pump their deadly products into the United States. In Los Angeles, the crisis he helped engineer continues to deepen. His name may be unknown to the people struggling on the streets, but his influence is an undeniable part of their daily reality. He created a storm that has not subsided, a chemical tide that continues to wash over the city. His story is a chilling reminder that the suffering in one place is often connected to the ambition and cruelty of powerful figures far away. In the face of this overwhelming crisis, a quiet but powerful force persists. It is the resilience of the human spirit. Here, on the front lines of a battle against addiction, poverty, and despair, the will to survive remains. New strategies are emerging, born from a growing understanding that the old ways are not enough. A treatment-first approach is gaining ground, a philosophy that seeks to address the root cause of addiction before attempting to solve the problem of housing. It is a recognition that the mind must be healed before a life can be rebuilt. This approach represents a shift in thinking. It acknowledges the powerful hold that substances like fentanyl and meth have on individuals, and prioritizes breaking that hold as the crucial first step toward recovery. It is a difficult and slow process, one that requires immense patience and resources. It means meeting people where they are, offering help without judgment, and providing a pathway to sobriety that seems attainable. This is not a simple solution, but it is one grounded in the complex reality of the crisis, a new front in the war against the chemical storm. Even in the darkest corners of this concrete wilderness, life finds a way. A stray dog, itself a survivor, finds companionship with a person who has little else to give. A small, carefully tended plant grows in a plastic bucket outside a tent. A tiny patch of green in a world of gray. These are not grand gestures of defiance, but small, vital acts of living. They are proof that even when everything has been taken away, the instinct to care, to nurture, and to create beauty remains. It is in these moments that the true strength of the human spirit is revealed. The future of these shadowed streets is uncertain. The forces of addiction and the reach of the cartels are powerful and relentless. Yet, the story of Los Angeles is not only one of tragedy. It is also a story of endurance. It is written on the faces of those who wake up each morning and choose to face another day. It is heard in the quiet conversations of outreach workers who refuse to give up hope. It is seen in the unyielding resilience of life itself, which continues to persist against all odds. Here, in the heart of the storm, the struggle continues, and the human spirit, though tested and battered, remains unbroken.